All right, welcome back. The nonprofit Townspeople is recognizing the urgent need to tackle the homeless crisis head on. Executive Director Melissa Peterman joins us now to further discuss San Diego's homeless numbers and how her organization is helping out. Melissa, good morning. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
So for those who are not familiar with Townspeople, what exactly do you guys do?
We are in our 41st year, and we focus on affordable housing and homelessness solutions. So we offer a variety of housing programs, from emergency housing to permanent housing, most importantly along with the supportive services that people need in order to maintain that housing.
And how do you find this housing?
We own and operate about 118 units ourselves, and then we partner with property owners in the community to rent to folks that we're supporting. So it's a community effort, which is critical in tackling the homelessness issue.
And are there requirements of the people that you're housing?
People experiencing homelessness are it's like our main eligibility criteria, and then obviously we want to support people most in need. So we're looking at folks who have, extremely low to moderate incomes. Depending on the program, we're also supporting medically vulnerable folks. So historically, people living with diagnoses like HIV/AIDS or other permanent and long-term disabilities.
Okay, but it's the wraparound services too.
Yes.
That's the main thing.
Yeah, and we started a new initiative, community-wide initiative, focused on shared housing, which is all about helping people find housemates in order to afford to live in our high-cost, low-vacancy rental market. It's how most of us afford to live here. We have roommates, partners, we live with our families. We've never, as a region, really focused on that as a solution for people experiencing homelessness. And so we've been working with the Regional Task Force on Homelessness, Father Joe's, and other agencies throughout the region to help folks get matched up and into multi-bedroom housing.
They help you find the candidates?
We actually started an online matching system, basically. It's we have a portal. It's kind of like a dating site. And so folks can register, create a profile, and then begin finding potential housemates. And we host in-person meetups so people can get to know each other in person in a safe environment. But it's a really important way to help address the homelessness crisis in our community. Most rental housing in San Diego is multi-bedroom, and so we're really not addressing the issue from all angles if we're ignoring this really important housing resource. It's already there. We don't have to build anything new. So that's one of the ways that we're working to bring those numbers down.
Now, tomorrow is the point-in-time count,
yes.
Right? Tell us how that works, countywide.
It's countywide. The Regional Task Force on Homelessness organizes it every year. It's a federal government requirement that all communities in the country organize volunteers, and basically it's a census. You're going out and counting who you see experiencing homelessness. There's a sheltered and an unsheltered. So tomorrow morning from 4 to 8 a.m. at sites across the county, including at Townspeople, 1,700 volunteers will deploy and count folks who they are seeing unsheltered on the streets or in people living in their cars, etc. The data is used to make funding decisions for San Diego and other communities across the country. It's also used to help us understand any trends. There is an interview component as part of the count tomorrow, so we're trying to glean some more in-depth information from folks.
Okay.
It's not a perfect process.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how accurate do you think it is?
It's hard to say, but it's meant to give us a snapshot in time. So on any single night, this is what we think homelessness looks like in San Diego County. But the task force also measures services over the entire year as well. And so last year, on a single night, there were about 10,000 people or so experiencing homelessness. Across the year, there were 40,000 people that touched the homeless assistance system in some way. So it's not unreasonable to think that 10,000 on any given night is probably pretty accurate, give or take.
Sure, sure. All right, so it's a big day for you tomorrow. You're going to be up early.
Yes.
All right.
You know, I don't know if RTFH is still recruiting volunteers, but for next year, I mean, they're working on this effort almost year-round, so it never hurts to reach out and see if there's a way to volunteer, whether in this count or a future count.
Sure. All right. Melissa Peterman.
Thanks
for
so
coming in.
much.
Appreciate it.